Would you pick up dog poop for $10,000 a month? Because people are doing it, and this is not a joke. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Erica Crouppen, and I am the owner of Crouppen's Poopin' Scoopin', which is a dog waste removal business located in Michigan. My business roughly does $250,000 per year in annual revenue, and I have been in business a little over 6 years. I know a thing or two about the dog waste removal industry. I have seen this industry have its ups and its downs just in my short 6 years. So I want to show you how making $10,000 a month scooping dog poop is possible. And a little insider tip, you can make much, much more. I do want to break down like the pros and cons of the pooper scooper industry. What is the pooper scooper industry? And just give you a realistic viewpoint from my viewpoint, because that's all I can give you. That's all I know. And if you want to know more about this industry and more content like this, hit that subscribe button. Why does this industry even exist? Great question. According to the American Pet Products Association, U.S. pet ownership regains momentum with 94 million households having at least one pet. And Gen Z is driving a remarkable shift into multi-pet ownerships. That means this industry is booming. The pet economy is booming. Back in 2020, when we all know what happened, we ain't got to revisit it. When the world shut down, people were home. People were getting lots of pets because they were lonely, they were bored, they were stuck at home. So the pet economy is absolutely exploding. And guess what? Every single one of those dogs, what do they be doing? What do they be doing? They be pooping. They be pooping. So guess what? Crouppen is a scoopin'. I know that's cheesy, but insert your business name there and you'll be scooping as well. And even though a lot of those people, they were at home, they're back to work. People are going back to the office. They're busy. They got a lot going on. They're busy professionals. They're busy moms. They're busy dads. They don't have time to scoop the dog poop. And so they're looking for somebody to come in and take care of that for them. And the growing demand is also because there's a culture shift that's happening, but also people are paying for services more and more. It's a thing of the times. What's in the past is doing things on our own like our parents used to. Oh, I don't need to pay for that. I can do it. No, I'm going to pay for it so I can get some more free time back. The older generation, I don't feel like really cherished their free time, their quality time with their family. And I think because of the generations, like with my parents, they worked all the time and they didn't spend a lot of quality time with us. We essentially, I'm not going to say we raised ourselves, but I had a key to the house. When I would come home, when I was a teenager, there wasn't a mom or a dad to greet me because they were gone. They were working. And this new generation, this younger generation, is seeing what happened to us millennials, and they're making some changes with that. And they want to be able to spend more time at home. They want to spend more time with their family. They want to spend more time with their dog. They want to spend more time watching Netflix, whatever it is. Whatever it is. They don't want to have to do the stuff that they don't want to do. And what's cool in 2025 is there's the option, the opportunity to outsource those tasks and chores. I don't clean my house anymore because I outsourced it, and my husband doesn't mow the lawn because he outsourced it. Yeah. And in 2025, even though there is more people coming into this space, the market is still not saturated compared to a lot of other industries. Cleaners, dog walkers, landscapers, you name it. And even though there's a lot of competition in those industries, people are still working, people are still making money. So the opportunity here is still so huge for pooper scoopers in 2025. There's a lot of pros with this business. I was able to start my business with around $1,000 or $1,300. It was somewhere around there. And my most expense was getting a hitch for my 2007 Chevy Cobalt and then putting a cargo trailer on the back of it. because I used to take the dog poop with me. If I decided to not do that and just double bag it and put it in the homeowner's trash can like I do now, I wouldn't have had to spend that. I think it was $600 altogether at that time. I would have been able to start this business probably for under $300. And that's with my LLC, getting my insurance, getting a very simple logo, getting a very simple website, and getting the equipment, which is a scooping bucket, a rake, a trash bags, and then a sanitizer, which I used bleach at the time. Let me know down in the comments if you want me to do a full breakdown of all the equipment you need to get started, because I can do that for you. Just let me know if it's something you want to see. The reoccurring revenue is amazing. A lot of times the people, they sign up with us and they stay with us until they move, until unfortunately the dog is no longer with us, or until they can't afford the service, or their kid grows up and they decide that the kid needs to start doing it to earn their keep, or they cancel your service because you suck, or whatever other excuse they make up to get rid of you. But overall, we have customers with us for a very long time. And I still have customers from the very beginning, like my original 12. I love it. And even if they don't stay on with you consistently, they can be reoccurring, which reoccurring means they're with you on a regular schedule. Reoccurring is they necessarily aren't with you on a regular schedule, but when they need the service, they're calling you. And there's a difference. When you're creating your marketing material and you put on reoccurring service, make sure you pay attention to reoccurring versus reoccurring. I made that mistake myself, and I had to fix some of my marketing material. The flexible schedules are amazing. When I first started this business, I had kids that were in school, so I needed to be able to drop them off at school and be able to pick them up. So I only scooped from like 9 to 2:30, and that worked perfectly for my schedule. And if I needed to shift a scoop day here and there, my customers were very open to it. I did get some pushback, but I let them know that I'm a small business owner. I have children, and due to the weather conditions with Michigan, we're going to have to push and pull our service days. So they understood that there needed to be some type of flexibility. But I always made sure to communicate with the customers. I just never didn't show up. I would say, hey, listen, I'm not able to scoop you today, but I will be there tomorrow. And I really do think that that helped with the flexibility and allowed me to drop the kids off, pick the kids up. It allowed me to work my midnight shift at the hospital and then go scoop the dog poop during the other times. Because when I started this business, I had another full-time job at the hospital. Was I full-time or maybe it was part-time? Oh, goodness. I'll have to go back and look. Don't fact check me. Either way, I was still working my hospital job. I was working midnight, and I built this business while working midnights. And then eventually I was able to grow the business to 6 figures, and I was able to leave the hospital in 2020, right before the world shut down. This business is also super scalable because there is so much opportunity, and once you get into a neighborhood and once people see that other people are getting their dog poop, there's going to be mixed emotions. They're going to be judging, they're going to be jealous, they're going to be curious. Either way, once you get into a neighborhood and you start marketing to that neighborhood, you're going to start growing in that neighborhood as long as you do a good job. And route density is going to allow for you to do more houses per day, allowing you to make more money, which we will talk about the money part here in a little bit, because I know that's what you're here for. But I had to give you the behind the scenes stuff so you understand why this is such a good industry to get into. But before we do get into the money, I gotta tell you the cons, because it wouldn't be an Erica Croupin's Poopin' Scoopin' YouTube video if I didn't share both sides of it, because you come here for the real talk. I'm not a highlight reel girly. You're gonna know the bad side of things as well. Scooping dog poop is gross. I'm sure you get it. It smells bad. If you get it on your hands, it smells bad and it's sticky. It attracts maggots. It attracts flies. It also attracts hornets, because hornets like to eat flies and flies like to eat poop. You know? And it's very physical. You might think like, oh, it's just scooping dog poop, it's not that hard. But when you're scooping 25, 30, 35 houses a day on repeat, it's in and out of the truck, it's scooping the dog poop, it's looking down, it's holding the bucket. There's a lot that goes into this. And just working outside in general with the hot temperatures, the cold of cold, the rain, the snow, the wind, you name it. We go through it in Michigan here. At certain points of the season, we go through all of it in one day. It's the craziest thing. And we can't just go ahead ahead and cancel service every time it rains. So we work through all of that. And even though we provide excellent service and it's reoccurring revenue, there's a lot of turnover because we can't control the variables. We don't know if somebody's moving. We don't know if a dog's going to die. We don't know how particular these customers are if you happen to miss one pile, because we are human. We're using the human eye. There's issues that come up when you hire. Did you hire a good technician? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. As a solo scooper, maybe something happened to you and you became a little bit unreliable and the customer wasn't having it. You got to move the scoop day. There's a lot of variables that come into play that can affect your churn rate. If you want to know about churn rate, I'll actually include a video maybe here or maybe towards the end where my good buddy Levi actually talks about the churn rate in the interview that I did with him. He's really smart. And also, marketing feels awkward. At least it did for me in the beginning, because you're like, oh, I'm selling dog poop services. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I'm doing this. Is this work beneath me? Here's the thing. You're not just selling dog poop services. What are you actually selling? If you that are watching this have been in business for quite some time and you understand your market, you're growing your business, you understand your customer, for the rest of us, down in the comments, what are you selling? Because it ain't dog poop services. And you and I both know that. But for the new people that are here that are just tuning in, here is what you're selling. You're selling convenience, a set it and forget it. You're selling time and freedom. We only get so much time. So people are able to get their time back by outsourcing tasks like this. Because for you, it might only take 15 minutes, but for the homeowner, an hour, 2 hours, whatever it is. My landscaper comes and does my yard in under 30 minutes. He's in and out. It would take my husband 4 hours every time he would go out there and do it. And it never looked good. What was he out there doing? Sanitation and health for those people that are health conscious. Some dogs eat their poop. Some dogs have parvo and the poop needs to be picked up immediately. Some dogs will put that on their paws because they'll trample through it and then they run into the house, bringing it into the house. This is a real factor. Some people get so disgusted by the dog poop that they want you to come and scoop it because they just cannot bear the fact that their dog is eating the poop and then coming in and licking all over their face. You could be selling curb appeal for the folks that let their dog poop in their front yard. And you might be like, what? It happens. Some people let their dog poop in the front yard because whatever reason. So you're cleaning that up so the dog can do the business in the front yard and the neighbors and the walker buyers ain't seeing it, so the people don't look disgusting. You are not selling a chore. You are selling peace of mind. Let's get to real numbers. I want to talk about part-time and full-time, because I know there are mixed audience here. Some people just want to work part-time and some want to work full-time. So let's talk about it, because you can make good money doing both. I've done both. Now this depends on how part-time you want to be. So I'm going to base these numbers off simple numbers because I'm a simple girly and simple math is where I need to be. So say for instance, you can only work 6 hours a day. You're like, I can only work 6 hours a day because I need to drop my kids off. I need to pick them up. So what I did was I think I did anywhere between 13 and 15 houses within that 6 hours, okay? And if you're charging $20 a service and you're doing, let's say 15 houses a day at $20 a service, what is that? That's $300 a day. And say you do that 3 times a week because you're like, that's it. I can only work 3 days a week. What's 300 times 3? That's $900. You're bringing $900 a week into your business for part-time work. And let's say you do that every week. You work 3 days a week, every week for the full year. You're going to be making $46,800 for part-time work. Flexible schedule, low overhead. I'll take that. Plug and play your numbers. Now let's say you're like, you know what? I want to make some money. I want to work 5 days a week. Max me out, baby. Okay. We're going to base this off Michigan because 25 houses is a sweet spot here in Michigan. So if you're doing 25 houses a day, you're running 5 days a week, you're charging $20 per service. Drum roll, please. Let me get my calculator out because I am a pooper scooper. I'm not a mathematician. you're looking at $500 a day in revenue coming in. Then we take that and we times that by 5. We're getting $2,500 per week. And then we're going to say, well, I want to times that by 52 because I want to work 52. You're looking at $130,000 a year in recurring revenue for scooping dog poop. Plug and play your numbers. Plug and play the frequency that you want to work. I do take time off between Christmas and New Year's and we shut down, but it's written in our policies and procedures that we still charge even though we don't show up because we are going to be doing double duty the following week. And there's snow on the ground here. People don't push back. And what's nice about that is not only am I able to collect that revenue, I'm able to give my staff a full week's paid vacation for all of their hard work. And it's not me doing that. It's the customer doing that. Because at the end of the day, I am just here to facilitate the money that the customer is paying. The customer is paying my staff. The customer is paying all the bills. I'm just making sure everything runs smoothly so the customer is happy and they want to pay the bills. And I get that every market is different. People charge differently. I get that. Like I said, plug and play your numbers. Plug and play how often you want to work. And it's very customizable. It's very customizable. Low overhead, excellent income. And just think you're a full-time scooper. Then you get another full-time scooper. You get another full-time scooper. You're getting route density. And then that 25 houses can be bumped up to 30 houses a day because the routing is so tight. The waste of time that goes on in this business is usually the drive time. And right now, during an 8-hour shift, we're at about 48% wasted time due to drive time, whatever else is going on behind the scenes. We're not sure. We're going to be working on our efficiency score. So just think if I'm able to get that up to 65%, 75% of being efficient, and that's really gonna take some route density to help with that. So you let me know. Do you think this industry is worth it? Do you think this industry is something that you could get into? Let me know down in the comments. And I wouldn't be able to do any of this without Jobber. Jobber is how I'm able to run my small poopa scooper business, my routing, my customer communication, my invoicing, collecting those payments, because collecting money in your business is the second to most important thing in your business. I believe the first is getting the customers, getting the leads, and then collecting the money, because you can't collect money if you don't have the customers. So get the customers, collect the money with Jobber.